Morning, Year 4. Hope you have had a lovely weekend and welcome to your Monday spelling session with me today, not Mrs. Bevins. Now, hopefully you've already watched the handwriting video and you've done the datum Walt in your home learning book. If not, we are looking today at suffixes. So the bits that you add on to the end of a word to change its meaning. So you add it onto a root word to change its meaning, and sometimes you have to change the spelling. So this is the handwriting, if you looked at the video, that we've already done with today's datum Walt. So you might want to pause that. If you didn't see the other video, you might want to just pause this one now so that you can copy down the handwriting and the date and the Walt as we set it out in school. I just want to point out that if you didn't watch the handwriting video, this isn't me making a mistake. This is where I demonstrated what not to do with your handwriting, okay, how we don't want to see it. So yours should be starting to look like this. And remember, we are both still looking to see if you can get a pen license. Now, once you have paused that, and when you come back on, I'm going to share my screen and I am going to go to the Super Movers website and I'm going to get you up and moving, and I'm going to put a Super Movers on, which is revising homophones from last week. So I really hope that this works when we go to it. So I'm going to go over here now, share screen, and you can Google these at home. So you can go onto the Super Movers website, but I'm going to play you this one and you can get up and move with the Super Movers. All right, off you go.
Do you know what, Anel? What's that? I want to teach these guys something about homophones. Yeah, let's take over the class. There are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. They're not spelt the same. Yeah, there are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. We call them homophones. Here, H-E-R-E is where you are.
But here, H-E-A-R is how you listen.
Here, H-E-R-E is where you are.
But here, H-E-A-R is how you listen.
C-S-E-E is how you look.
But C-S-E-A is where you swim.
C-S-E-E is how you look.
But C-S-E-A is where you swim.
There are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. They're not spelt the same. Yeah, there are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. We call them homophones.
Hey, did you notice that there were two different ways of spelling there in the chorus?
There are actually 3 ways.
Are there?
Yeah.
Well, what are they?
Well, I'll tell you.
Huh?
See there, T-H-E-R-E, it means a place.
Ah, over there.
And if you see there, T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E, it means they are.
They are here.
And if you see there, T-H-E-I-R, it means it belongs to them.
Their bag.
And that's it. That's all that there's.
Alright, cool.
There are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. They're not spelt the same. Yeah, there are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. We call them homophones. Night is when you sleep. We spell it N-I-G-H-T.
Knight is a soldier. We spell that K-N-I-G-H-T.
Or what you wear. We spell it J-E-A-N-S.
In your body. We spell it
Some words that sound the same, they're not spelt the same. They're not spelt the same. Yeah, there are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. They're not spelt the same. There are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. They're not spelt the same. Yeah, there are some words that sound the same. They're not spelt the same. They're not spelt the same. See that now? We taught them all about homophones.
Yeah, I learned something too. Stop too. That's another homophone. Bonus.
Right. Hopefully you have got up and about and got into doing that little warm up and you're ready to do your spellings today. There were two really important ones in there, there, and there, and two, and two, although they only showed that at the end. They're the ones that we keep having to go over, aren't they, in class? So we're moving on to your spellings today. So I'm going to have to pop on to another screen now so that you can see the whiteboard that I would usually, well, actually, before I go on to that, there is a 60-second read that I would like you to be doing today, actually. So if you are in Harry Potter, you are looking at this one today. It's called Pete's Silver. And again, with the 60-second read, you read the words on the left-hand side, and as it suggests, it should only take a minute or so. I know that some of you need to read it again once you've read it through once. That's absolutely fine. Read it as many times as you need to. Take as long as you need to. But really, you shouldn't be looking at more than 5 minutes. So read through the text. There shouldn't be any words there that you don't understand. And then on the other side, answer the questions. And as with anything, you don't need to print it off. You can just look at it here on the screen right now, pause it, and in your book, just write the answers to the questions. So what is Philip's job on the ship? Philip's job is, and then write the answer. And that's for Harry Potter. Matilda, yours is fiery dragon jelly. So it's some instructions, all right? So there are some instructions there. And again, 60-second read and then answer the question. I'm just looking, there are no words there that you shouldn't be able to do. If you're not sure on this one, carefully pour the jelly liquid into a mold. So a mold is the thing that shapes it, all right? So there is nothing else on there that you shouldn't be able to do or you shouldn't be able to answer. And then Fantastic Mr. Fox, Billionaire Boy and Hetty Feather, you have got one called Layers of the Rainforest. It's still a 60-second read. I'm having a look through the text. There are no words in there that we haven't looked at before. So you should be able to do that. And then on the other side, again, questions to read through and just answer them in your book. All right, so that should be like a 5 minute, definitely no more than 10-minute activity that you can be doing at home. You don't have to do it right now. You don't have to do it as part of the English lesson. It could be something that you pick up and do another part of the day. All right. So looking at today's work then, I've talked about the handwriting. So we're going to be looking at adding the suffix A-T-I-O-N. So it's going to make these root words that we look at, and they're going to create nouns from them. So I want you to see first if you can spot any rules. There are always rules with spelling. Not all spellings follow the rules, but the large majority do. So having a look at these, it says you have 5 minutes to try and sort your 10 spelling words into groups, depending on how the root word changes when you add A-T-I-O-N. So what I want you to do is I want you to have a look at these words. So first of all, let's see if we can read them. So let's see if you can read them with me. Information, adoration, location, imagination, education, organization, sensation, preparation, concentration, and exaggeration. Now, can you think what the root words might be? So you've got the final word where you've had the suffix added to the end. So can you think what the root word might be for each of these words that you've got up on the screen? So I'm going to show you a couple of examples. So information, the root word comes from inform. So that is the verb to inform. Okay, you are informing someone, you're telling someone about something. Okay, adoration, the ad comes from adore, to adore, to love something, to adore something, to really like it. Location comes from the root word locate, to locate something, to find something. So if we share that screen again, if we go back and have a look, can you work out what the other root words are? And you might want to just pause what I'm talking about at the moment whilst you do it. Go. Right, that's right. So looking at the board over here, you can see that we had a look at inform, adore and locate. We've also got imagine from imagination, educate for education, organize for organization, sense for sensation, prepare for preparation, concentrate for concentration, and exaggerate for exaggeration. Now, if we look at the next slide on here, we can see that they change depending on what you have to do to the word. So you can put them into columns. You can put them into columns depending on what it is you have to do to them. So if we had a look at information, I'm going to try and choose a colour that stands out a bit more. So information, we just add that suffix straight onto the end. So we add A-T-I-O-N straight onto the end of information. Are there any other words up there that we can do that to? No, there's not, is there? So if we have a look, information, it doesn't have a vowel on the end, it doesn't have an E. Adore. To make adoration, we have to take the E off and then put A-T-I-O-N on the end to form adoration. Okay, are there any other words on there that we have to do that to? Just that, we take off the last letter. That's right. So adoration, location. So location, we do take the E off, but we add I-O-N. We don't put another A-T-I-O-N. That's because it's already got the A and the T there. Sensation, we cross the E off and we put A-T-I-O-N. Okay, imagine, we cross the E off, A-T-I-O-N. Educate, A-T-I-O-N. Organization, A-T-I-O-N. Preparation, A-T-I-O-N. Exaggeration, I-O-N. If we have a look at these ones, so if you're looking at location and concentration and exaggeration, the last two letters of their root word, when you take the E off, are A and a T. So you only have to put the I-O-N on. So I'm going to show you back on the home learning document or the PowerPoint, whichever one you're using. You can see, so the root word doesn't end in an E, no changes added, no changes needed when you go to add the ATION, just like information. If it ends in an E, but not ATE, like locate, you just drop the E, you get rid of the E, and then you add ATION. If the root word ends in ate, like locate, like concentrate, like exaggerate, you can drop the ATE and then add ATION, or you can think about it in the way of just adding ION on to the end. So, looking at my screen then, Mr. Whoops, I'm just going to move this forward back. Mr. Whoops has got himself into a terrible muddle with his sentences. Can you help him put the correct spelling into each one? So what I want you to do is at home, I want you to have a go. You don't need to write the whole sentence out. If you've got a piece of paper there or your home learning book, just have a think. In something for the camping trip, Nisha packed her tent, sleeping bag and airbed into the van. Which one of those words that we've looked at today would fit? Which one makes the most sense? In adoration, because they adore it. In concentration, because she's got to focus on something. Which word fits? Let's have a look. Well done. If you put preparation, in preparation for the camping trip, Nisha packed her tent. Well done. So let's have a look at the next one. Bernard Biggins, the chief executive, was in charge of the whole, what? The whole education? Does that make sense? How about in charge of the whole information? It doesn't quite make sense either, does it? What about, what do you think? You write it down for me. Right, well done, year 4. He is in charge of the whole organisation, so the company, the business. That's brilliant, well done. So again, during the championship chess final, Victor Solarov needed to give the game his complete what? What do you think? I would have lots of hands up in class for this. I know that you would know. You'd be busily putting your hand up or writing you down on a whiteboard. What do you think? That's right. It took his concentration, his complete concentration. If he didn't concentrate, he wouldn't be able to do it. So there's a tricky word in this one. As part of the orienteering activity, so where you do some outdoor looking for different things and you have to follow clues, the Cub Scout leader gave the specific something of the hidden treasure. Which word would fit? Which word fits in there? That's right. Well done. It is location. You are storming ahead with this. You're doing really, really well. Well done, year 4. So what about this one? Unable to believe the something from her fans, the singer's eyes welled up with tears as she stood on stage. What could that be? What might the fans be full of if you love a singer or you think they're absolutely brilliant and really talented? Like, I am full of adoration for Sausage on The Masked Singer at the moment because I think Sausage has got a really good voice if you're watching that at home. So what do you think? That's right. Well done. Did you guess adoration? That's brilliant. You are doing so well. I'm really, really impressed. Now, today, you have done these before, but just because your adult might not know what we're on about, I'm going to show you just quickly what it is that you're going to do. So you have got a spelling sheet. Now, just like me, you don't have to do it on the sheet. You can print it off and you can do it straight into your home learning. Now, I'm just quickly writing down the different activities. So you can see you've got rainbow words, pyramid writing, ABC order, fancy letters, backwards, and blue vowels. Now, I'm going to model that. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and this is going to be the last bit of input from me. So if you were doing rainbow words, it literally means to take each word and write it in a colour of the rainbow onto your piece of paper. So that one's nice and straight and forward. If it says writing pyramid words, we're asking you to start with one letter at the top. So I, N, F, O, R, M, A, T, I, O, N. So you're shaping your word so it looks like a pyramid. Now you could do it the other way round. You could start at the bottom, I, N, F, O, R, M, A, T, I, O, N. So you could have an upside down pyramid. So that's pyramid writing. ABC, we want you to take all of the spelling words here and write them in alphabetical order. So you need to start with A, then B, then C, then D. Okay, so you can see you've got some words beginning with A, you've got some beginning with C, you've got an E, you've got two with E, you've got two with I. So you need to be able to put those into alphabetical order. After that, we've said about let me change my pen, that one went on the floor. Fancy letters. So just using, you might want to do swirly letters just to write it in a bit of a different way. It's all about practicing. So backwards, so if we were to do information, so M, O, I, T, A, O, R, M, N, F, I. I've done it the wrong way. I, N, in. Oh, I've gone completely wrong. In, for, mation. So writing it backwards. See, even I went wrong then. So backwards words, and then blue vowels is just writing your word, and every time you come across a vowel, you write the vowel in blue. So can you see this one? I, N, F, O, R, M, A, T, I, O, N. And it's just a way of practicing writing. I'm just going to get that pen. And practicing your spellings in a different way, something a bit more fun. We have said if you've still got time and you still want to work on your English, you can put your spellings into sentences. So, I don't know, choose something to write about. I've got a tall dinosaur here. So, what could I do? On the table, so I start on the table, fronted adverbial, also a prepositional phrase because it's telling you where something is. On the table, Joseph, because it's Joe's toy, Joseph placed his cute little dinosaur that he is full of adoration for, because he loves it. He absolutely loves it. Takes it everywhere. If he was allowed to, he'd take it to school, but he's not. So just doing some sentences, trying to use a fronted adverbial, trying to use, so here's our fronted adverbial, trying to use a noun phrase in there. So remember, the description can come before, like I have, or it can come after. And again, making sure that you've got a spelling word in your sentence. So look forward to seeing you tomorrow, but take care and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. And me too.